Right, here's the KLR all geared up and ready to go. Got her all set up so we can go camping. Just figured I'd make a video what I take and everything I take with me. So we got the KLR, she's all packed up ready to go, so I'd figured I'd unload everything and go through my camping gear and show you guys how I camp on this thing. Enjoy. To start off any adventure, you need some good gear. So I got my lane splitter helmet, got some gloves, my old trusty riding jacket, and a set of proper MX boots just to get things going. All right, let's start, get everything unloaded. Got Jesse helping me. It's okay. Graythorn. Alright, so first thing we have is my rain gear. It's what I like to keep in this front tank bag. Keep my rain gear in there, a couple other things I don't mind getting wet, because this bag does get pretty wet if it does rain. So but I try to keep my rain gear, stuff I want to grab quickly, you know, easy access items that if I need, I try to, that way I don't have to unpack anything, try to keep it in there so it's accessible, easy to get to. Next up on this adventure is the Ozark Trail 3-person tent. Got this thing at Walmart quite a few years ago, and I have used the piss out of this thing, and I've never had a problem with it, and it always treats me right. Fits inside the panniers, and I'm cozy in there. Makes everything nice and comfortable. Next up we have is my Comfort Objects sleeping bag, blanket, pillow, and yeah, just a simple stuff to make my sleeping a little bit better. I have a bag for that thing too, makes it even smaller. And what we have next is another Walmart thing, is this little chair. You want to be able to sit around and be comfortable. So, pick this thing up. Again, fits in the panniers with all my stuff. Easy to set up. So you have a little chair, which I will probably use for the rest of this video, if I can remember which way it goes. There we go. Nice little comfy chair. I will sit here and go through the rest of this stuff. Little bag. Oh. All right, a little on the rocky side. We're good. All right, now this I mean you can bring water with you, but if you're in a bad situation I always try to be prepared. And have a water filter. I haven't had to use it, so unfortunate on that, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Put it in there, and water that comes out is nice and clean water. Same thing as like a life straw. And then other filter, rock filter before it gets to the other filter. So, and that is FS-TFC straw filter. Pretty cool. Alright, so this next item I'm not really going to go into too much detail on, but always want to make sure you have a decent first aid kit, you know, especially riding out, you know, off-road and all that stuff. You know, always want to make sure you have a really good first aid kit. That way, if anything were to, God forbid, happen, you have something that can get you by until help can arrive. So definitely worth investing in a proper first aid kit. Cannot say how much, like how important this bag is to me. I carry one with me everywhere. I have one in the Jeep. I have one on my backpack that goes with me everywhere. I always have one within hand's reach at most all times, just in case. Everything from, you know, a splint. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I could sit here and talk all night about just this first aid kit and how, you know, but it's definitely worth looking into and getting the proper stuff in there. That way, if something does happen, you could possibly save a life. Cannot stress these things enough. Alright, I guess up next would be your typical stuff, you know. Some seasoning. You know, some ground cinnamon, Italian, onion powder, and all the other multi-spices. Black pepper, salt, paprika, curry, cayenne, garlic salt. Just make your food taste a little better, right? I mean, come on. We're out here to have fun. Definitely always got to have my Everglades seasoning. I think this is a Florida thing only. I mean, you probably can get it other places, but this is real big here. Really good on quite a number of things. So, seasoning. Get your food tasting right, man. We're out here to have fun and have a good time. And if you're eating crappy food, then I ain't having fun, right? Another really important thing is garbage bags. Cannot stress this enough. If you bring it in, take it back out with you. Do not leave garbage out and about around the woods or anywhere you go. Come on, people. Like, we can do better. And just by doing your part, that little bit helps. Bring garbage bags. Take your garbage out with you. You brought it in, so just take it out. Throw it in the proper bins. My little eco-friendly advice. Getting a little bit on the food. I love keeping little protein bars. Just something you can quickly eat, scarf down, and feel pretty good. Back on the food subject, my little cooler, which doesn't really have anything in here right now except for the most important thing. Foo-foo coffee. Always have to have some kind of good creamer to go with your coffee. Now, how I make my coffee is I have a stove, which I'll get to later, and I can heat up water. Heat up the water, pour it inside this little thermos here, and have your coffee. Like a French press. Put the coffee grounds in there with the water, slide her down, and you have fresh brewed coffee. Never mind the water that's all in it because I just washed it. So a good thermos is always good to have around. I put that lid on crooked. There we go. So, and you never go anything without your baked beans. Baked beans is the most important thing to have while camping. I like to bring a little bit of charcoal lighter fluid with me just to help get a campfire going. Some bug spray, because bugs are pretty vicious out in the woods, especially down here in Florida. God, we got mosquitoes the size of the motorcycles. They carry you away. Silicone water guard, silicone spray. I use this on my tent. Every time I set the tent up, I spray it down with this. Before I break the tent down and put it away, it gets sprayed with this. This is just to help keep your stuff dry. You can spray your gear with this, all kinds of fabrics and stuff like that, just to help keep things dry and keep the water off of it. All right, and it's always good to have a toolkit. I have another toolkit that came with the bike that sits in a little pouch on the back of it, but you always want to bring some tools with you, especially if you get a flat tire or something like that. You know, be able to have some tools to work on your bike and fix something if you know, you get stuck out there, and limp it to wherever you need to go. So always good to have some kind of tools with you. You know, even if you have to never use it, there might be one guy on that trail or something that could use that tool, you know, to get him home safe. So always bring some tools. Now these things I kind of just let float around in that back case on the back. Just some utensils, you know, a knife, just things that come in handy. Now the utensils will come in handy as soon as we get into that bag. That bag has all the goodies, all the fun, all the stuff in it. So we'll get to that in a minute. But little I don't even think I paid 50 cents for this little potato peeler. Yes, I do bring out potatoes, and I will cook potatoes while I'm camping. Always nice to have a potato peeler. I swear, sometimes I can be like a gourmet chef out there. Always make sure your food, man, like I said before, if you're not eating good while you're out there, it's no fun. All right, let's dig into the old bag of goodies here. Call this my fun bag. And it's not really fun, it just has all my stuff in it that I like using while camping. A little bit of food, some chicken barley, soups. Always gotta have soup. Soup is good. I don't know. I always try to carry a little axe so I can chop up some wood while I'm out there. Or people, if someone tries to come after me. No, I'm kidding. Oh, these are my plates and bowls and utensils. So I can use these as cups and plates and things. But the bowls stack down. That's how I'd eat my soup. Out of this bowl. Pretty boring, right? Just a regular plastic plate and some utensils. Bottle of propane. I'll show you what that's for here in a second. Another wooden spoon. I just don't want this thing to get nasty because the metal is easier to clean than this bamboo. So try to keep that as clean as possible. All right, and then this, believe it or not, this is a full-on grill. This, you get your fire going and you literally can set it up there. So I'll set this up in a second. And this is my cooking ware. This is my pots and pans and stove all in one. Go through that. Let's see. Oh yeah. You got to have the old trusty tongs. And you can't tell me, every time you pick these up, you always have to give it a little, just to make sure they're still working. You cannot help it. Why? I don't know. I think it's just human nature. Another little spatula. I think that's it. Oh, there's one more thing in here. No, compass. Compass is always good to have too. Haven't been in this bag so long, I forget how it all opens up. That's for the compass. Yeah, look, a little headlamp. And my compass. I have a pretty good sense of where north and south is just by looking at the sun, but it's always good to have a little compass on you, just in case if your GPS or something goes out and you remember, hey, that, you know, trail that led south was next to a road or something. You could always break out your compass and make sure you're heading in the right direction. You know, this is something that the technology is not gonna go out on you. You know, that's always, technology seems to wants to go out on you in the worst times possible. So get a good compass, learn how to read it, and you'll be pretty good out there on the trails. All right, let's get to the barbecue grill. So we got these little legs, and yes, I do use this thing. That's why it's a little bit discolored, because I have used it, and it has actually worked pretty good. Except for some long holes. And there you have it. Nice little grill. You can get some little fire going and just set it right on there and plop your food on there and good to go. I've fried up hot dogs on that thing, sausages, all kinds of stuff. All right, let's dig into this golden armor bag. Now, I got this off of Amazon. And the reason why is because it packs down so small and it comes with so much. Like, this little kit here is worth its weight in gold. So, let's start out with this little bag. We have some more utensils. I have more utensils than I actually know what to do with, huh? You got your spoon. Lock it into place. Knife, fork, and a spoon. So, spork. That's a spork, not a spoon. That's a spork. All right, so now pop the lid. Scrubber. You can wash your dishes. A little ladle for ladling out your soup. and distributing it into the bowls, which I don't really use these bowls too much because I got those bigger red ones. But the adapter, this adapter is important. You have to buy this one separately. You got your stove, or not your stove, your pot, little sturdy stick, and a frying pan. And inside the orange case is your stove. So this just slides out and pops open. Now this is meant for those other little stoves. It's smaller. But what I did is I bought the adapter to go from those little stoves to those bigger propane bottles, so that way it'll last me a little bit longer. So, like I said, the adapter is definitely worth getting so you can run these bigger propane tanks. And so now you have a nice little stove. Turn it on. And it even has an igniter. I have made fire. Now I can boil water. I've boiled water with this. I've done quite a bit, and you don't even have to turn it that much. And this thing puts out a lot. Sorry, I'm a pyro. So yeah, that's pretty much all my gear that I carry with me while I'm out on the KLR 650. All right. What are you doing? Oh, you got a fart?
It was quieter than I thought, but I'm not editing that out.
So there you have it. Full Throttle Junkies camping gear that I use. So, with all that, I think we're sitting here in the driveway. Got all this out, we might as well use it. So, I think we're going to eat some soup. Some old chicken noodle. With, I'm horrible at this video making stuff, apparently. So, cooking with Full Throttle Junkie. I'm gonna spill this everywhere. Alright. That sounded disgusting, didn't it? Alright, let's fire up the old stove. And she lit. Alright, so make sure you guys go over to Gray Thor's channel and check out his channel, and it's Gray Thor Rage. I'll try to put a link in the description up there. I think it's there, maybe over here, I don't know. I think it's there. If I'm correct, it should be right where I'm pointing. So yeah, go to his channel, check it out, give him a subscribe. I'm Full Throttle Junkie. Y'all have a wonderful day.